Tesla's 2026 summer update has finally rolled out for early access FSD owners. What does this mean? It means that we finally have access to some of these really fun new features, especially Grok if you have a Ryzen CPU on hardware 3, or if you have a hardware 4 car, you're going to benefit from pretty much all of the updates. My car is an Intel car, so I only get 2 main updates inside of the vehicle and then 2 updates on my phone. I'm going to cover exactly what those are and then cover something else that relates to FSD that I usually don't come across on a daily basis because it relates to a speed mode that I never use. I'm on a little bit of a late lunch break, so I'm going to take my car to the store real quick. I'm going to hit the start self-driving button and I'm going to do something bold here. I'm in my garage and I usually don't allow it to leave the garage like this, but I'm curious to see if it can actually get around these cars in my driveway. They're always parked here. So there's a Chevy Blazer on my right, and we've got a Honda CR-V in back. It's trying now. Look, it's going to have to go forward. Let's see if it actually does this or if it can make it. You may have noticed this Yoke steering wheel in my older Tesla. This changes everything. It gives me a very nice view of my windshield, and it makes me feel a lot more relaxed when I'm taking my Tesla around. You can also install this on your own by getting it from Tillyard. I have a 25% discount code at tillyard.com using TechGeek. Make sure you check this out. It's really close to hitting this. It has to go forward, but it's oriented enough where I thought it would make it, but it's not. And thankfully, it's not like blasting into this object, because if you saw some of my previous videos, it will actually hit trash cans going in reverse. But vehicles, it seems to be pretty safe around. So it's just going to sit here. Now, thankfully, I can hit the park button and take over without losing my streak. And I have quite a streak going right now, 545 miles. So I'm going to hit park. Unfortunately, that still hasn't been fixed to be able to get out of tricky driveways. So I'm going to manually get myself out of here, and I'll turn it on the main road, and I'll go over the 2 features that have been added for hardware 3 Intel cars. And I'll talk a little bit about what's been added for the Ryzen cars, although I won't be able to show it. Okay, so when you first install this, you're going to see a little green icon on the car icon on the bottom left. And that means there's something in the menu system that has been updated. And if you tap on that, you'll notice that it's pointing to the navigation. If I go to navigation, there's a new feature called automatic navigation. Now, the green dot for the notification and all that is gone because I went through this the other night. But the automatic navigation there is new. It says automatically route to home, work, next calendar event, or predicted destination. So I've seen that kind of working a little bit. It seems to have been implemented at least a halfway previously, where I would notice it would start behaving a little bit differently. I haven't seen it trickle through to the UI when it comes to the navigation yet, but that is a new feature and it comes enabled by default, which is pretty cool. The other update is within the FSD menu. There's actually, even though I said there's 2 updates, there's really 3 if you include the karaoke. But the second one is the one I'm most excited about. And this is related to self-driving visualizations. If you scroll down here, it says here, visualization camera zoom. And if you tap on it, you get some options here. You get a half level zoom, 1x zoom, and a 2x zoom. I'm locked in at the 2x zoom, but you can see on the left here, if I zoom right now, you can see how I just set it to a custom 1.9. You can go by the 0.1. So 1.3, 1.2, 1.1. So as I scroll, it's fixing the custom level. But when I go all the way in, it locks it to 2. That's the maximum you can go. The other way to do this is you swipe to the right, you have the whole full screen. And what you can do is you can single tap on the screen, and in the bottom left, if you tap down here, you get 2x, 1x, or 5x. And I can tap on this and it will, you see, it's pretty subtle. It just zooms in, zooms out. And the nice thing is that when you stop at an intersection, it's still going to do that zoom out to give you that overhead aerial view type of thing. You can actually zoom and lock it in. Let's see, 6, 7, 8. So it's on the 0.1. So 4, 5, 4, 3. That's pretty cool. So if I say like 1.8 and leave it here, let's see if it maintains that setting. Okay, we'll tap on the screen. Yes, it does. It stays at 1.8. It will do it if you're at the front of the intersection. So it does have some automatic zooming going on, but it will always return to this setting that you configure, which I think is pretty cool. So if I zoom out, let's just see if this saves it to my user profile. I'm pretty sure it does. Just zoomed out. Doesn't look like it's showing that it's saving to the user profile. So for example, if I move my seat, you can see I get a pop-up saying, do you want to save that to your profile? And I can just hit restore and it will go back to where it was. And sometimes that will automatically change. So for example, if I hit on the volume, ooh, hard break for that yellow light. That was awesome, by the way. So I probably would have ran that light, but I probably would have done something illegal. But that was a hard break to come to this traffic light. So to prove my point with the volume, if I adjust this, see how it says saving saved up there? And you have my logo. So it's saving to the profile that way as well. But when you zoom on the screen here, I'm not seeing it saving to the profile, which is interesting to me. So that is new, and that is probably the number one thing that I love the most about this update is this zoom capability. The third update is related to karaoke. And if you go into the menu here, the biggest update is to the visualization. It's a user interface update. So I would tap on the karaoke, which is on the bottom right, and you get home, browse, in my karaoke. And in my karaoke, these are songs that you have recently played. I think I just picked 2 random ones the other day. I believe that's new. The browse is what used to be displayed, but I think you have now artists, eras. Eras, I believe, was there before. It's just a different layout. So some people that had been using the karaoke feature regularly are going to say, yeah, this is a big improvement. I love it. I didn't go in here that often, and I did some tests to see if it has the scoring for the Intel processor computers, and it does not. I tried it extensively, and I'll save you from that pain and anguish because trust me, nobody wants to hear me singing. So that is not there, unfortunately. And another thing related to audio recording in particular is the web browser. So the new computers now have a recording capability. You have to be in park, but it will use your microphone and it will also use your camera. So you can do Zoom meetings basically inside of your car from your browser. It would have to be browser based. So let's talk about the speed settings. It was mentioned by a gentleman on X that in the chill and sloth modes, which by the way, you can use the right scroll wheel. I'll go down there right now. There's chill and sloth. In the chill and sloth modes now, not only does it maintain the speed limit, but it will go around other slow moving vehicles. Before, it would just come up to like a semi truck and it would stay behind them, even though they were going slower than the speed that your car was wanting to go. And now it will go around them. So that's a big deal for some people that really don't like going above the speed limit, but want to go around people that are even slower than them. So congrats to Tesla for implementing that. That's super exciting. I absolutely love it. And then the other is using your phone. So there's 2 new features on the phone. One is you can share your FSD stats directly from your phone. It'll show up in the upper right corner of the app when you go into the FSD stats. And it will allow you to easily export it. It basically creates an image and then immediately allows you to export it and send it to places. Another thing I noticed is it will tell you the percentage in the decimal format now. So I'm going into mine. Before it would always say 93%. And I was always curious how far away until I get to 94%. I really want to know. And here on the visualization on the screen in the car, it still says 93%. But I don't know if this was updated, but in the app now, when you pulled up on your phone, it will say 93.2% or whatever it is. So it's a little bit more transparent on exactly where you are with your self-driving stats, which I think is pretty cool. And probably the most useful feature that's been enabled is the set arrival energy. Finally, now you can use that. This is pretty cool. It's parking really nicely here. So what I always do in a parking lot like this is I will, after it parks itself, because I have this streak going, and I'm a pretty patient person. So it's actually going pretty far back here. Yeah, it's going further than it should. Okay. Don't tell me you're going to take up 2 spots. Come on. Oh, it's going back to take the other spot. I'm actually better with that than I am with that spot in front, but I don't know if it's doing this on purpose. Crazy. But what I will do often is I'll let it park, and then I will, it's like I'm out of here. Oops. Well, that was a mistake. What's it going to do next? And I will take over and then park myself manually for that last tiny little stretch. And that's just because I'm very particular about where I park, right? So, so here we have a shopping cart right in front of us. And it was going to hit the shopping cart. So I had to take over there. I'm going to show you how close we were to the shopping cart. It definitely would have hit it, which is really, really unfortunate, but I was going slow enough. Another perfect example of how you can take over without losing your streak. I hit the park button and saved myself from hitting this shopping cart. Now, if my car had a front bumper camera, I'm pretty sure it would have stopped. So I'm going to send that feedback over to Tesla. Hopefully they can get that. And then I'll close out the video by showing you inside of the app how you can access the set arrival energy. And to show you how to do this within your app, you would scroll down, you would select location, you would then type in a destination, and then now you see set arrival energy. If I tap on that, it allows you to set it to whatever range you want. The arrival energy defaults to what it's expected to be when you get there already as it is, but if you want to go higher than that, it will insert basically a charging location. So there you can see I have to charge for 11 minutes to get there at 75%. And I can cancel that by just dropping it back down and hitting save, and it will remove that from the list there. And another fun thing I thought I'd share that's not necessarily related to the summer update is related to the service menu. If you go into the service menu, this has been here since 14.1 Lite came out. If you go down to camera preview, it will show you all your cameras. There I am inside the car, and if you tap on it, it makes it full screen. So you can actually be driving around with your camera pulled up like this. You can tap on any one of these displays and it will go in and show you that camera. So there's me. So that is something that's been there that a lot of people just don't know about. So really it's 5 new features. We have 3 inside of the car. One of them is the navigation. I'll show you again here real quick. Go to navigation. The automatic navigation setting is new. The second is the self-driving. We have the visualization camera zoom. That's new. The third is that we get the karaoke user interface update. Those are all the in the car changes. And then the 2 that are outside the car are within the app. And one is being able to share your FSD stats. And the second is being able to set your arrival energy. That concludes this video for the Intel processors. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.